But will you bet the Kentucky Derby? And I am a little surprised. I thought it'd be probably 50-50 or slightly skewed in the favor of yes. It's actually 61% no, 39% yes. I mean, hell, they made it easier than ever. You don't have to go to the track or an OTB anymore.
No.
Get your picks, put them in. I mean, it's definitely an event that maybe it is an age thing at being 47 years old. It's definitely it's without question the one sporting event, the one race event, excuse me, that I will say, well, that's one I want to watch. You know, the handicappers love the Breeders' Cup. I don't watch one Breeders' Cup race in November. Like, I made a few bets because friends told me to, but I will make sure I'm in front of the TV watching the Kentucky Derby tomorrow.
I don't think I will.
I'm shocked at that.
Yeah,
really.
I don't think I will. Yeah, I typically listen. You go by the horses' names. It's one of those events that you don't have to know anything about.
But that's kind of the fun.
And it is kind of the fun. I remember, I think it was Go for Gin.
Oh, that Go for Gin was a winner.
Go for Gin, right?
That was a winner.
I remember I bid it because
you like to go for gin. Peggy likes gin. Go figure.
Yes, I am that person that totally looks for something in the name of the horse that I have in common with it.
Go for the 94 Kentucky Derby winner, Peg. Go for gin.
See?
There you go.
That was the last
time
I won.
That was like right in your prime, Peg.
That was a long time.
Go for Joe. Going for gin. Peggy's like, I got to bet this one.
Is there a horse called Go for Tequila? Is there a horse called Go to Bed?
I was going to say, it's more apropos. Is there a horse like 8:30 bedtime? Is that
That's
a
right.
horse? Like,
is
that
there a horse
actually?
That is like.
That's a great name for a horse. Go to bed. That's freaking hilarious. Oh, that's too good. I mean, yeah, you know, you look at the names.
Here is Go to Bed,
That's
taking
so
it easy
great.
around the turn.
Just for Peggy, go to bed. Yeah, I mean,
Getting up
again,
early.
I don't like. I wouldn't. You know, Cap likes horse racing. Cap's a little out there anyway. Like Secretariat's his favorite athlete. That, you know, you might have a screw loose if Secretariat's your favorite athlete of all time. I think you're trying to make some sort of like a statement with that. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't know how a horse could be your favorite athlete of all time.
Right.
You know, it's a horse after all. So I'm not saying that, you know, Cap and Jesse were talking about it like that it's some monumental occasion that needs to be celebrated and recognized for its historical significance. It's just a fun 2 minutes. It's the one race I think everybody knows about. I thought more people would say yes, they're betting on it. I was surprised to see that number being a little bit lower. I mean, hell, people bet. You can't get away from, hey, guess what my same game parlay is tonight? I guess I bet Manny Machado over a half a run tonight. I mean, but you're not going to bet the Kentucky Derby? Really? We're betting Wilmer Contreras over half a run at Wrigley, but we're not going to bet the Kentucky Derby? I don't know. That's a little William. Did I call him Wilbur Contreras? Wilmer Contreras. William Contreras. Excuse me. I'm surprised. Like the people I know in my life seem to be gambling degenerates at this point because of legalized sports betting. And you're not going to bet the Derby? I mean, Abdallah.
Yeah, but they'll
He's
do.
gonna bet
They've replaced it.
He'll bet Donovan Mitchell's first half over turnovers tonight, but you're not going to bet
because it's something we will watch.
Yeah,
I think that's where you're like
different.
missing the point. Is like the reason we started talking about this is you were telling us in the meeting about horse things. And I asked you about hay and oats, and then you kept telling us about horse things, and we said we do not care whatsoever about the Kentucky Derby.
I'm surprised you don't want to make a
And I think it's an age thing. I think it's a generational thing. I don't think young people care about the Kentucky Derby whatsoever.
But I don't even think they have to care. I guess maybe you're right.
There's
we only
been so
gamble
much
on
time
things that you watch, I guess.
Like, I'm betting the UFC this weekend because I watched the UFC.
Because you're going to watch the UFC?
I mean, what does your poll say, Carm?
It's I'm surprised. It's 60-40 no. It's 60-40 no.
And your followers are gambling people.
Well, I mean, I guess probably
Yes.
there's some. Yeah.
You talk gambling.
Yeah.
Yes.
60. It's basically 60-40 no. I'm surprised. I got to be honest. Maybe it is. Maybe it just comes down to the things that you're programmed to watch. I don't know. People make bets on a San Diego Padre game. You're telling me they're staying up late watching everything of a San Diego Padre
I
game?
also think having interest in betting on it is different than caring about the event overall. You know, gamblers are going to gamble on sports. I think that's different than saying, at no point today did I wake up thinking, man, I'm really glad I'm listening to horse talk earlier today. I love Eddie. I love Eddie O. He is one of the
He's great.
people
Yeah.
in this business, and just he is awesome. But like I don't have any
Boy, maybe
will
it is an
to,
age
to
thing.
entertain the
I think
sport.
it is.
I don't care.
It might be.
There's NBA playoffs. There's NHL playoffs. There's
Well, but
Premier
the
League
Kentucky
soccer
the-
this weekend.
but the Derby,
There's
the-
stuff that I'm going to watch. I will read about NFL draft coverage before I watch horse racing this weekend.
But the Derby doesn't coincide with the NBA game tomorrow.
It coincides with my life. I'm going to continue living my life, Carmen. I'm
saying
not
you
going to
can
step
do-
away for 2 minutes
You
for
can
a
do
horse
both.
race.
You can watch the NBA and you can still watch the Derby. Maybe it is an age thing. I guess I didn't
think it is. The
that.
more I think about it, I think it is because if you like, you guys talk a lot now. Carmen, you and Yurko are a little bit of the exception. You talk a lot of soccer.
You could have just said we talk a lot.
Yeah, we talk a
That's
lot
true.
of soccer.
You talk a lot of soccer.
Dude, and I will gamble. I gamble on a lot of soccer.
I've never sat down and really watched a soccer
soccer
match
game? No.
because I grew up in that, the era of
Soccer's
it's not
yeah.
football.
Soccer's for losers.
They don't score.
No one plays.
Right.
Whatever. So I didn't grow up watching it, so it's not a part of mine. But the younger generation is definitely replacing their viewing habits with other sports. I mean, we talked about it. We talked about it with the women's basketball.
Yeah.
Like people are replacing their viewing habits and not watching just because that's what they've always watched.
I guess maybe.
forever.
Yeah.
I will say, when I went with Waddle and Sylvie a few years ago, like it downpoured the entire time, but it was still fun to be there.
Well, yeah,
I didn't
that's
know
being there.
anything.
Yeah, that's
like
being
Waddle was just like bet this, bet that, bet this, bet that. We walked away with money, so like it was fun.
Well,
but
going there is an event. You're right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
different.
completely
there'll
different.
be 150,000 people there this weekend.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. Yeah, because the event itself. I don't think anybody would argue that you'd get wrapped up in it if
Totally.
you were at the event.
Yes.
I don't know. I
Do
would
they
just.
still? Is it still the infield?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Peg.
really,
oh
yeah.
my God, it's
bad.
oh.
Like crazy, right?
We're way too old to be there.
I was
You
just
talk about
gonna
go to
say.
bed. I mean, like we are way too old to be on that infield.
It's like Lala. It's like
like Lala on steroids.
yeah, that's what I thought.
It's like it's like Lala meets Bourbon Street.
right.
I mean, that's how disgusting it is.
Right.
But there'll be 100,000 people on that infield, or 50,000 people, whatever it is on that infield.
I'm looking at the
100,000
list
in
of
the
names.
grandstand.
I don't think I'm going to bet.
No?
There's nothing. Oh, I have a brother Dan. There's a
that-
horse, Mystic Dan.
Well, then you should bet that for sure. Of course, you got to bet that horse.
Dornock?
Yeah.
Dornock?
Listen, I don't want to turn this into. Believe me, we're not going to.
Catalytic. I've had a catalytic converter stolen over in Norwood Park.
Is it a generational age thing?
Easy access to the expressway.
I guess so, right? Yeah, steal it and you get on the expressway. Do you have any interest in it this weekend? Again, I don't mean to make it a hardcore like breakdown of it, but I guess I'm a little curious. Like, is it still something, even if you're younger? Like, do you have a little interest in those 2 minutes tomorrow? 312-332-3776 if you want to ring us up. We got to play a bunch of Ryan Pohl sound. He was great yesterday with Waddle and Sylvie.
Yeah,
if you missed that, we'll replay some sound. You can catch up on the app or on any of the YouTube channels and listen to that interview. We'll play that throughout the course of the day. We will have fun. We got football, basketball, some baseball to talk, and horse racing, of course. Peggy's in for Yerk.